Hello, everybody. Hope you're all keeping well. Yesterday, I had a day out. I went to the Somerset tractor show. First tractor show or rally I've been to for 2 years. And well, it was a good event, brilliant event. Saw a lot of people I knew. Missed a lot of people that I found out since were there, but it was great. It was all in the undercover, so we were weatherproofed, and it was a good day all round. I'd been invited to judge by my friend Dave Mason up there, and yeah, I'll do that. I have judged at a tractor show before, but my God, it was challenging. My role was to judge the classics, and from the 1960s and the 1970s, which I do reckon I know quite a bit about them, but picking the winners, my God. It was difficult because, and it wasn't like you could just walk around and see them in number order. They weren't in number order. You've got to find the number on the tractor, then you've got to look on your list to see if it's one you're supposed to be judging, and then you've got to decide what category it was in. And the first two tractors I saw, I was immediately in love with and thought, well, that's got to be number one and number two, because what's going to beat them? But then you go further around the show and you see some more that are fit for one and two, and it's difficult because some have had a lot of money spent on them, and some have had very little money spent on them. Some haven't been restored at all, and you've got to pick your winners out of that. And I wouldn't say it was impossible, but there was too many winners there, and I would have dished out a lot more first prizes if I had the choice. Anyway, I did it, and it was great fun, and I thought 2 hours, get round that easily. I probably got 60 tractors to look at, and that doesn't take long, does it? I started at probably 10:30, and we finished about 4 o'clock. And the idea was we'd go and find. I took my mate Paul Bennett with me, and Paul, we go back along to, well, I've known Paul most of his life really, and I was thinking about it afterwards. The first show I took Paul to was when he was still at school, and that would be approaching 40 years ago, I suppose. And his dad, who was a good friend of mine, heard I was going up to Smithfield, so he said, "Oh, take Paul up. He'd love to go. He'd never seen it before." Well, I was with two other good friends, and we had other plans after Smithfield, really. But it was, I enjoyed taking Paul there, and he had to come with us on the other plans, which, really, looking back, a 15-year-old boy should never have been to. But he remembers it well, and he enjoyed it. I had to say, "Don't tell your dad." And he never did know. But and then I took him to the Royal Show. Could have been the same year, and the Royal Show, if you remember it in its heyday, was absolutely fabulous, brilliant show. And so we often talk about it, but and I've seen him at a lot of shows since. But it just came back to me about those early days when Paul was still at school, and I wasn't very old myself then. Yeah, so we did the show, and I was trying to do a bit of filming as I went round, and it's all a bit random. I was trying to hold a clipboard and score, and then I'd like to photograph this, and somebody get in the way. But it's good, and what I've done is I've linked all the films together, really, and I just thought it'd be sorted out for yourself. There's one uncanny piece in there which I have written about, and those that know will know, as you'll see. And I didn't see it at the time, but I saw it when I filmed it back, and those that follow this series of blogs will know what I'm talking about as well. But it made me think twice, but I'll leave that surprise to you. Now, I've got some I didn't have a chance to take any stills at all, and when I did get the chance, you know, there's people in the way. There was a lot of people wherever we were. There was a lot of people, not because we were drawing a crowd, but it's just how it was. And B. Rawlins, who's a tractor fanatic. That's her name, not an initial. She's a lovely girl. Comes from not far away. Know her two granddads, and you know, they're both brilliant people. And she took some lovely photographs and put on Facebook. So I asked her if I could use them, and so B gets the credit for the first pictures. She's got her own tractors. She's the only girl I know that's got 3 tractors. She's got a 135 and a E27N and a Nuffield 465, all in superb order. And her grandpa, he's got 2 135s as well. They're a bit greedy on the 135s, and they're both, you know, prize winners if ever they were done. So thank you, B, for the photographs. I'm sure everybody will enjoy them. And so let's do the photographs first, and I'll try not to interrupt in this lot, and I'll speak to you at the end. So enjoy it. A few local celebrities here, look.
Oh dear, here we go.
It's where all the money is. It's come to Somerset.
No more tractors.
What are you going to buy, boy?
No more. I'm done.
Just suit you, this roadless one, look.
That sale?
Yeah. I bet you haven't got one of those, Ben. Some beautiful tractors here. Well, this is the best one because it's got an Ernie seat on it. This man loves his dog. Right, here we are. I've just found this one. Paul's modelling it for size. It's beautiful. I cannot see anything wrong with it. It's absolutely pristine. It's a 1690. Not sure if it's turbo, but it's the same as the one I've got in the shed. Mine's not quite as good as that one. And then here we got a 885. This one's shrunk in the wash. It's a bit narrower. But lovely tractor.
What's that white major that? It's one. It's got Ford on it.
It's a Ford 5000.
Yeah. Oh right. Is that what
Come from Canada.
Oh right. Is that in your class?
Yeah.
Yeah. I quite like that. It's nice.
Very difficult judging these tractors. I've picked out a few that I like, but there's some immaculate like this one. Unfortunately, it's not been done.
I do like that major, the white major.
Yeah.
Looks like he still uses it as well.
Lovely Perkins there, all original. This is the one
Paul wanted to come back and look at. It's staying on my list to judge as a super major, but it's a Canadian import, come from Canada. It's a Ford 5000, but it's a white bonnet and white mudguards, and that's all original paintwork.
Tap, the draining your radiator. It's a proper tap. It's never going to clog up, is it?
No.
Some of the tap, they never work, do they?
I expect they pumped hot water through that. I mean, they pump hot water through that, stop it freezing at night.
Yeah.
So there it is. I've got to mark that.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
And that's in the same class. How on earth can you judge that against that? That texture is pristine.
So what is this one?
64, 63.
Hey?
63. We're going into building 2 now, 2 hours in. Just found this nice 65. But, I've got to say it makes mine look a bit shabby. It's absolutely pristine. This is one we've got to judge.
Yeah, that's what standard you've got to get to.
Can't see a full bit.
Hey?
It's got a scraper on the back, and there's a bit of paint scratched on the scraper, but that's the only fault I can find of it. Beautiful. I bet he did swear when he did that. Beautiful track. He fancied his chances. Right, we got a Dave's tractor fan here I found, the only one at the show. And he's looking at the tractors. And what's your name? Henry. This is Henry. He's the new generation. So hopefully we'll get you on YouTube when I get back home. What you fancy here today then, Henry? Are you a Fergie man or not?
Yeah, I am.
You just absolutely love those models, don't you?
Do you? Which one? What fancy sign do you? Show me which is the best one.
I think the combine is.
The combine. Is that working or not?
Yeah, it does work.
I've got this plough, I've got the real plough like that.
You stand in front of that and point at the stuff you like.
Yeah, I like all of them, but I think that one's my favourite. So.
Is it because the teddy bear's driving?
No, it's just, yeah.
If we ask that lady nicely, she'll take care of it for us.
Okay.
It worked, does it?
Yeah.
Henry's gone round to see if we can get this combine to go.
Yeah, nice display that, isn't it? Look at that.
The driver's called Teddy. You want to take that one over, Henry, do you?
Yes.
Quite something about this, isn't it?
It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Hours and hours of model making to do that.
Brilliant. Now, let's see about the seed drill work. Oh, right, don't put your fingers on it, put your fingers in.
You know, it lips on the hydraulics.
They'll do that, they'll vibrate a bit like that.
Yeah.
The real one, isn't it?
You got any more goers there? I'd like to give that first prize, but it's not on the list.
Yeah, we up there high.
pit stop time. Paul's fueling up. Go on, you can smile, it's all right.
I never smile.
Go on, we'll catch your smile in. I'll have you on YouTube later.
Dave, would you like stuffing?
Right, we're on YouTube. This is Dave Mason that's got us into this trouble.
We invited you down.
This is Paul. He's
Oh, yeah.
we're we're in the nerve centre now, having a cup of tea and a cake.
I think they were trying to sort out there. Yeah. Mind you, I think she's in a habit of drinking it
It
cold.
all happens here.
I can't drink it cold.
Normal
I can drink coffee cold. Yeah.
Going out for a meal tonight. What time's the gate shut up at all? Do you know?
I don't know. No, there's
Sell
nobody
anything.
here I can ask, sorry.
There we go. Show's nearly over now, and look, grades are cleared. You can see what was here. Lovely show, lovely people, lots to see. And because it's inside, it didn't rain.
What's that? So good.
Now this little international has been done up and they've done a cracking job to it, but the wheels are the wrong colour. But it's been done by a grandfather and grandson. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but that's what they started with. And I thought they'd done such a good job, I put this in the prize winners. And I'll get criticised for it, but what does it matter? I think it's more important to encourage a youngster to have a go and do it. When they've spent thousands, it doesn't make a lot of sense. This is a classic Hobson's choice. They're both in the same class. Which would you judge to be the winner? You've got this Dexter, which is superbly done. And you've got that Major, which is original. And it's a Ford 5000 really, it's coming from Canada. How do you separate them? Not easy.
It's the one you put first. Yeah. It is nice that international.
That is unusual, isn't it? 180T. Well, if I was going to take any tractors home, this would be the row I'd pick. Paul fancies these as well, but we'll take all the blue ones. We're not worried about anything else. Right, I just found the other Dave's tractor fan, and he's found me out. I took my hat off, and the bald head nearly blinded him. Yeah. So they've come from Newport in South Wales, come especially to meet me.
Yes.
They've had a good day, and they're going back to. You're going back tonight? Yeah. We'll pass you on the way, I expect, or you might pass us. Anyway, lovely to meet you, and we'll see you in the next blog.
Good day, yeah.
Yeah, Somerset Tractor Show. I had two classes to judge. It wasn't as difficult as it sounds because there wasn't many in the second class, but I judged the winners. I can't think what I think the first prize I picked went to the roadless 75. There was other tractors in that weren't entered, but that roadless was entered. And then there was a very nice Fergie 65. That was in the prize winners, and the Little International I picked as third. Although it wasn't perfect, it deserved a prize because they'd worked hard to do it. And then the second one I did, there wasn't so many in that, but I got two Fergies in that one as prize winners, and crikey, what was the other one? I think that was a Ford again. Anyway, well done everybody that was that had tractors at the show. They were superb, and you know, if I could have awarded more first prizes, I would have done, because there was a lot of deserving ones there. For those that I saw at the show, you know, wasn't it good? And those that I didn't see, how could you miss me? I've kept my show hat on just to do it, and it was funny because I met people that I hadn't seen for 2 or 3 years, you know, and we've all got a bit older, I suppose, and they always take a double take if I've got this hat on, and then and I met some Dave's Tractor fans, it's really funny when somebody's, oh hello, you Dave, and you know, they say I watch the blogs and that and really enjoy them, so it's good. So you know, if you're watching this film, getting to this point, you know, please remember to press that subscribe button, and if you press the thumbs up, you know, we've got a long way to go yet before it does anything worthwhile, but I enjoy it, you know, regardless. I'm certainly not in it for the money. I do it because I enjoy it, and I get a big kick out of people recognise what we do and enjoying it. You know, it's all about fun, isn't it? You know, that's what life should be about. So I can moan for England, but if I get around the tractors, I've got a bit of enjoyment in it. So there we are. So thanks to Dave and Mike for inviting me to do the judging. It certainly was a challenging day. Really enjoyed it. I couldn't get to the auction. I didn't take a trailer on purpose, but I didn't even see the auction. So I did look at the list, and there wasn't an awful lot to interest me, which is probably a good thing. And I didn't even get to look around the stalls, and so I didn't spend any money. I loved it. It was great. The only thing I did buy was some raffle tickets, and Robert McLean was at the door, and I've known Robert from many years ago. Sold him a picnic bench when we were making picnic benches, and he's still using it, so that's a good thing. And he's raising money. That big Valtra that was in the doorway, there's a picture of it. They're using that to publicise raising money for children's charities, and very worthwhile cause. £5 a ticket. There's a lot of really good prizes, including a Fergie T20, which I probably don't need, but anyway, I bought some tickets, and you've got to put a bit back, and that's what Robert said. He said I've made a lot of money over the years, and he's got if you ever look at his website, you'll see what he's got. A huge site, and a lot of machinery and stuff to sell. As I say, known him for a long time, always straight down the line, good bloke. Bought some stuff off me at reasonable prices, and don't think I've ever bought anything off him. As I say, I sold him a picnic bench. But support him, so I think that's it. We'll come up with another blog soon, but this should be enough for today, so have a nice day. Cheers.